COVID-19 pandemic has changed practically everything. If you could please shed light on the challenges you have faced and what are some of the initiatives you have taken with respect to data center in the past 1.5 years?
Thank you. Thank you for calling me in this forum. It's a privilege to me, first of all. And COVID-19 kind of pandemic explore a different business vertical in healthcare domain, I mean to say. Digitalizations in healthcare, it's a long-term, last, I think 10 to 12 years, we are trying to digitalize healthcare processes in different areas. But this is accelerated 200 times in this COVID-19 era. So you can imagine now healthcare business is looking digital healthcare business as a separate article. Now, along with all the industry, healthcare is come up with a complete digitalizations in their patient interactions and diagnoses, and kind of they're introducing now, trying to introduce AI, ML, RP kind of technology, which is very used in kind of analytic IT segments industry. Now they are trying to introduce this kind of technology in their diagnosis part, which is very sensitive and which need to be kind of near perfect. Otherwise, this kind of fraternity cannot accept this kind of technology. You know, the doctor fraternity is, in particular, Indian healthcare. They are very much sensitive about all their diagnoses and how they treat the patients. There is a psychological link between the patients and doctor. So the challenges from IT point, now we are serving kind of, we are supporting total healthcare processes. Challenge was to us how we can connect our consultant with the patients in proper way. So that is the first challenge for IT. And like telemedicine, teleradiology, that was a buzzwords before COVID-19. We tried a little bit. We just have a kind of video consultation, video communications, not consultation. It's a kind of video communications we made before COVID-19. Like we are talking to you, just a doctor is talking to your patients. Now, not only doctor, they are speaking to your patients. They are taking the vitals from that kind of tools also. That came up, like a doctor is feeling that he is already in touch with his patients. That kind of challenge we met. Otherwise, there would have a huge gap between doctors and patients' psychology. So we might have lose that business. So we have to retain our business as well as now this is a new business for healthcare domain.
Tushar, from you at the very onset, would want to understand what kind of data center trends do you see, India per se?
So, taking Mr. Pramanick's point forward, whether it's healthcare or whether it's manufacturing or whether it's retail or so on and so forth, within the core data center, the trends are going more towards consolidation, adopting cloud in a more structured manner, and creating a hybrid ecosystem whereby you are in a position to create new services on-premise, off-premise equipments, and are able to deliver those services quickly to the end customers. And one thing, as Mr. Pramanick also mentioned, the data center per se is actually shifting out of the data center and moving towards the edge. This is where a lot of data collection happens. A lot of services are delivered at the edge now. Like Mr. Pramanick mentioned, we have also seen a similar experience happening, in one of our customer environment, where because of this COVID pandemic, they had to change the entire approach of delivering healthcare services to the community, and they actually ended up setting up smaller, if I may use the word, data centers with the help of a set of healthcare workers who do not have to come down to the hospital or hospitals to deliver those services, or taking care of the diagnostics samples and getting the patient aligned to a set of doctors. So the data center trends per se are actually shifting from the traditional approach of everything within your data center to mini data centers spreading across multiple locations. Because before the advent of the COVID also, as you must have seen through various analytics reports and so on and so forth, that largest amount of data for any organization now does not sit in their own DC or data center. It is actually out there, and that's where you need to go harness that data and enable the organization and line of businesses to create newer offerings, newer services to their end customers, and be there aligned to their end customer ecosystem. That's what my point of view was.